What's going on, everyone? Hootmoney here, indoor sunglasses engaged. Today we're going to be talking about Vinco Ventures or BBIG stock. We had a very sexy pre-market as of this morning, and then it dumped off at open and we remained low volume throughout the day. We got that classic Vinco Shrinko open, right, where it just comes down, comes down 9:30 a.m. because every single retail investor is obviously selling at 9:30 a.m. exactly at 9:30 a.m. They didn't sell in pre-market. They didn't sell at 11 a.m. They all just piled in at 9:30 a.m. all hit that sell button at the same time, dropped the stock price 40 cents. It is what it is. Also, Will Mead talked about our stock yesterday. That obviously helped pump up the price as of this morning. It kind of disrupted the reaccumulation pattern. However, we are still in that phase. So I'll obviously be explaining that as well in today's video. And I hope it's a fun update. Drop a like if you guys enjoy this content. Subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. Check out Hootmoney trade alerts if you want the juice before it is loose. We've been doing really well with that. And with all that being said, let's get right into it. All right, so here we have BBIG. Here we have the reaccumulation schematic that we were looking at yesterday. We were in phase C where it was cooling off, getting ready for phase D and the potential explosion after phase E. That came early with the Will Mead tweet yesterday in after hours, absolutely pumping up this price. And also we were pumping up in pre-market as well. So the reaccumulation schematic should have played out something like this, right? Where we went down and we stayed pretty flat, and then on Monday is when the actual explosion would have occurred. We get a little testing phase here at the side, and then boom, that is when the real takeoff would occur. Now, lucky for us, not all reaccumulation patterns need to look the same, so we're going to be going over multiple different patterns here. So this one right here is the cookie cutter. This is the perfect world situation. Know that nothing is perfect, but as you guys can see, there are multiple different reaccumulation patterns. The first one here is reaccumulation after a decline. As you guys can see, it means a parabolic movement, then a crash back down. Obviously, we're not doing that. We're holding up very nicely. The second one is reaccumulation with a spring. So that would imply that it comes down below here, below the lower supports, springs right back up, and then goes up even more. Then we have reaccumulation after a shakeout. This is what I am seeing here as well, but there's also reaccumulation with an uprise. I'm seeing a mix of these two reaccumulation patterns right now in BBIG, and these just so happen to be the strongest reaccumulation patterns. The weakest is to the left, the strongest is to the right. So reaccumulation with an uprise, which is the strongest among reaccumulation patterns, will exhibit higher highs and higher lows. That's exactly what we are experiencing here in BBIG stock. As you guys can see, we got a higher high today, and assuming that we don't move back down tomorrow below 287, we'll also be seeing a higher low. However, this technically implies that it does use the prior resistance point as a support level. We ended up dipping back down below with that shakeout, so we're also getting a nice shakeout with that uprise. So all in all, the reaccumulation pattern is definitely still in check. We still have that insane option chain leading up to April 14th. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I think the important thing that we should be recognizing here is that after we did spike up on Monday, we aren't filling this gap back down, and we're forming higher highs and higher lows. And also, with all that being said, remember, we still have 3 more weeks until April 14th, which is the big expiration. There is plenty of time to still make money in this stock. We don't need that move urgently. So all in all, as long as it keeps trading this range, I don't care what it does in short term. It can do all this, it could do this, it could do this. I don't care, because it's still going to be in reaccumulation, and as long as it doesn't break down below back to like 250 or something, we are set up very nicely for April 14th. I can't stress this enough for you guys. This is why I'm spending so much time on this. So go ahead and make other plays if you want. Make that money, come back to BBIG, funnel that money in, because as long as we are trading in this range, it is still extremely bullish. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Moomoo, a licensed FINRA broker that does absolutely zero payment for order flow. They're running a promotion where they're giving away free lottery tickets and free lunch on Hootmoney. Hear me out. All you got to do is click one of the links in the description or pinned comment section, deposit $1 on their platform. You get 2 free stocks valued up to $3,500 each, so $7,000 total, plus a free share of Neo, currently going for around $21 per share. So you deposit that $1, boom, free $21 right off the bat. That is guaranteed cash flow. All right, free lunch right there. Plus you get 2 free stocks valued up to $3,500 each. So you can also hit the lotto, get an Amazon stock, Tesla stock, Google stock, you name it, you can get it. Links are below in the description or pinned comment section if you want to check it out. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video. Not going to spend too much time here on Ortex, but as you guys can see, cost to borrow is now at 161%. This is the juice that we need. This is the preemptive squeeze signal right here. We're at 10% just the other day. Now it's 161%. This is how we know it's gonna get juicy. We also moved up to 39 on Fintel's leaderboard. Now we're a top 50 squeeze stock. Barely any shares available to be shorted. Fintel's got the borrow rate coming up as well. Short volume ratio as high as ever, above 50% for the past week. This is very, very normal for BBIG. I'm not going to say it's good. Obviously, we don't want it to be shorted to absolute oblivion, but it's normal and it's going to help us with the short squeeze in the end. Still nothing new there for the failure to delivers. Looking at the unusual whales options flow, you guys can see there were plenty of bullish bets made before noon today, 25k premium being the highest right there. However, there were 2 weird floor trades, and I think these possibly could be cross trades. This is probably a market maker move. I can't imagine that someone's throwing over $1 million into put options, right? They're also doing a really weird strategy where they're buying a $6 put and buying a $6 call expiring on 325. This is probably a market maker trying to stay delta neutral since there's been an increased amount of volatility, implied volatility at this 325 expiration. So all in all, these buy to open puts definitely seems like a market maker move, and the fact that they have that $6 call, which is extremely cheap right here, and they bought 3k worth of that on top, that's just them hedging to the upside as well if it gets absolutely crazy before 325. So if we ignore the market maker move, the rest of the flow was 100% bullish, and the bid side, there was definitely more buying of calls than selling today, and that's the first time we've seen that in a moment now. As you guys can see, we're 55% bullish. Looking at the implied volatility of BBIG, it's hanging out slightly above 150% right there. It is much lower than where it was in January. As you guys can see, it got over 175% here in January, which shows that we haven't actually seen the gamma squeeze yet, because if we do see that gamma squeeze, I expect it to get to these higher values like we did see back here in September as well as January. So all in all, even though this is not the cheapest implied volatility that we've seen, it is still pretty average here, meaning that there's still time to get in on call options if the price goes down just a little bit. The historical call option volume also is down today, roughly the same as we were seeing yesterday, which again, we're seeing divergence from the price action because clearly the price action has been trending up. That decrease in call option volume that we've been seeing over the past 2 days hasn't really had an effect on the price action, which is the first real time we've seen this in pretty much the whole lifespan of BBIG. Biggest option trades of the day were all call option buy and sells besides those big market maker floor trader moves that we saw right there. Darkpool volume was absolutely ridiculous today. So what we're seeing is crazy. So they drove that price down, obviously down here at open today. That probably wasn't legit. And considering that the dark pool was super high, I don't think market makers were prepared for that Will Mead tweet last night, because they also did this extreme buying of put option. Dark pool volume was insane. They did what they could to drive this price down today, which only makes me more bullish, because once they are prepared for this, they have pretty much no choice but to let it rip. Anyways, my friends, that's about it for the video. I'm bullish as ever on BBIG. The reaccumulation pattern is still intact. IV is still relatively cheap. We have not had our gamma squeeze pop off as of yet, so there's still time to get in on this play. BBIG to the freaking moon. You ever feel some FUD? You ever worry a little bit? Just step back, take a look at that April 14th option chain. It's absolutely ridiculous, but that's all I got for now. I will be signing off. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you all are new to the channel. Join Moomoo using the links below in the description or pinned comment section if you want up to $7,000 in free stock, as well as a free share of Neo. So free lunch, free lotto tickets on Hootmoney. Links in description and pinned comment section. And if you want Hootmoney trade alerts, you can get all the fire in the stock market. Get rich, baby. First link in the description for that. I'm signing off for now. I'll be seeing you guys later.